You are part of one very interesting network.
Yes.
It is called FENS Kavli Network of Excellence.
Yes,
right?
correct.
Can you tell us more about this?
Yes. Yes. How exciting. So as I said, the collaboration has always been in the core of my work, just because as I said, like there's so many fascinating scientists and incredible people that can teach you so many useful and interesting things, also unuseful, but it's still interesting. So the network has been, I have been a scholar for, I think, a year now. I have been inducted in 2023 in September, and it's, I've loved it since the beginning. It's a network of 30 early to mid career neuroscientists from Europe based.
Can I interrupt you here? Can you define early to mid career?
No,
Okay.
Actually, I don't know what that means. I think you can define it. I mean, I really don't like when people do this, but I don't even know what that means. I think I think the point is, maybe it also reflects kind of a spirit that you have, and you're not established, you're not you're not a full professor with a tenure, because I think the problems are quite different, right? Or the problems or the advantages. So the network is composed of 30 researchers. So the mandate is for 4 years in the network, and every 2 years the 15 scholars rotate, and new are selected, and the 15 go into alumni. And the network is composed of these two core branches, the FENS and the Kavli. And FENS is obviously the biggest European organization that advocates for neuroscience, for excellence, for scientific exchange. And we have the Kavli Foundation, who does that in the States, right? So they also promote scientific progress and excellence, and also outreach to the public through a lot of initiatives globally, really. Yeah.
So how do you become a member of this network?
So they have calls for to apply. I think what really is the common denominator for the scholars is this. Scientific excellence is definitely one of the must, but I think you would imagine. I want to imagine that every scientist that works in Europe wants to be excellent. You just have to demonstrate that you have managed that, and you need to be really passionate about science, not only in terms of your conduct in the lab, but also what that means outside. So what the network really does is incredible work in advocacy for brain sciences funding at the level of European Parliament. We also do a lot of outreach to the outside. So we do a lot of community engagement, but also quite a lot of events at FENS. So the FENS conference that is biannual. There's also a lot of stuff on mentorship, so mentoring. There's a lot of prizes. There's PhD prize. There's mentoring prize. There's the joint initiative with Alba Network, which is promoting diversity in neuroscience. So there's quite a lot. And I think what I really appreciated about the network is really, if you're passionate about something, you can make it your agenda. And they, if it's really not against I would say common sense, then you will find support for doing what really is close to your heart.
So, a very tough question: what did you give to this organization, and what did you gain so far?
Okay. Tough question. No, not really. I think you give time. You give your time for sure. You want to jump in on a lot of initiatives, and I did. A lot of these things, I think I can support a lot, but there are people that are really professional about how they approach advocacy. For example, we have in a committee, a special committee that makes sure that this is professional and well done. I think what I gained was, really on a personal level, to be surrounded by people that are so inspired to change something in Europe in terms of brain sciences, neurosciences, and science conduct in general. To be surrounded by people with this spark, and that energy that, as a it's really sometimes a numbers game. So as a group, we can really do something together to support people. We have now done in Vienna last year, where we also met. Laura Sweeney and Sandra Siegrist from ISTA have organized. They were organizing a young PI symposium, and I had the pleasure to be on a co-organizing committee, and it was fantastic. It was an event that brought young PIs, really young. So I think there was a definition to. So you're supposed to be like 8 years after a PG or 2 years after starting from your group, or I think it was a transition. Actually, sorry, this was a transitions to independence symposium. So you could be a PI, but you can be like an advanced postdoc that is thinking about starting your own group. And this was a symposium where what I really appreciated is you can for a day really talk about problems that you face in the lab and realize it's not only you who's facing these issues, and you can exchange that. Maybe together come up with a solution. But there was also a lot of positive things that we focus on, which is scientific exchanges. So there was a lot of collaborations that were sparked in that event. And I mean, this is really invaluable. I think that, you can read a lot of papers to be a great scientist. You can spend a lot of time in the lab to be a great scientist. But if you don't have a sparring partner, or if you don't have a common goal, like what I think all the scholars in FENS Kavli have, then you're only going to go there this far.